What's going on, everybody? My name is Daniel Treviso. I am a guitar instructor, and on this video we're going to be covering how long to practice your instrument. Now realize I didn't say how long to practice your guitar. This video is a generalization for all instruments. And yes, your voice does count as an instrument as well. So, first things first, the questions you have to ask yourself first of all is, what are you practicing for, and where you want to go with your instrument? Are you a dedicated musician to guitar? Do you want to be a teacher with music, of all instruments? Or are you playing just for yourself and just wanting to go about it that way? Or are you trying to practice to get to your wedding to play a song that your wife might not be knowing you're practicing for? Maybe you're trying to surprise her. All these questions have different answers. Okay, so let's take the first one first as far as practicing for yourself. I just want to be able to play an instrument, whatever the instrument that may be. All right, well, you want to start off around 20 minutes a day once you get comfortable with, say, practicing 6 pieces. Practice those 6 pieces 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Because for you, you're just the average, I just want to play and, for myself. You don't need to practice for anybody or any concerts or anything like that. You just want to play guitar or whatever instrument because you enjoy it. That's great. Now, if you want to practice more than 20 minutes, great. Practice for 30 minutes, practice for 40 minutes, practice for an hour. But once you get that flame inside you, once you figure out that you want to practice for something else instead of just for your personal growth, even if your personal growth is like, hey, I want to play, I want to shred, I want to do everything just for me. Well, great, you have that fire. Once you get that flame, then you're going to start wondering, well, how long now do I need to practice to get to wherever your destination is? Okay, so like if you have a concert coming up, you're going to want to be practicing 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You don't need to be looking at your cell phone either. Put it away. That's for after you're done practicing. But the thing is you got to figure out how much time you need to get where you want to go. If you want to be a teacher in music, you're going to have to practice a lot longer than, say, somebody who's just doing it for themselves. Because the person doing it for themselves, they're like, oh, well, I don't feel like practicing today, whatever, But if you really want to get good at the instrument, you're going to have to set time aside and realize for your self-growth how long you need to practice every day to get where you want to go. And that takes time. It's going to be a snowball effect. You're going to start realizing, okay, 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week didn't cut it for me. I didn't get this job done. I didn't get this song done. Or I don't feel I got far enough in this song. Well, then you might need to dedicate more time to certain parts of the song by practicing longer on those pieces. Or you might need to dedicate practicing certain sections of the song only, and that'll cure you. You might not need more practice as far as for minutes. You might need practice on certain elements within the song. The idea is you got to be open to looking at all these different ways of how to do it. Let's look at it from a different point of view real quick. Let's say if you're practicing for surprising your wife or your husband that you learned an instrument. You learned a song for them. You wanted to play it for them. Okay? Well, if you're learning it that way, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to go in, I'm going to hire somebody, and they're going to teach me the song. That's not necessarily how it's going to go, because you might not realize it, but to get to playing that song, you might have to have other things accomplished to be able to do that. You just can't jump in with the big boys and go. I mean, people write songs, but in order to write a song, you have to start at this level down here and work your way up as a musician first and work your skill levels up to be able to learn how to make a song. There's a whole different way of learning how to make songs. You're just playing songs. You have to learn how to write a song is a whole nother subject. So you have to really think of it, okay, if I want to be able to play this for my wife, I need to put X amount of hours in, but for how long? Okay, well, that depends also on the person. How long have you been, some people could just jump in and play guitar. They don't have to practice, and I hate those people because I'm not one of them. But you have to think of it long term, like, okay, I want to play this song, I got a month to learn it, I don't know how to play this instrument. You're not going to get there. You need to make sure to put time aside where you're like, okay, give yourself some time to learn how to play whatever instrument it is and acquire the elements it takes to play this song. It's never like, okay, I'm going to play this song and it's going to be done in a month, because that's just not how it works. You have to make sure to put time aside and let yourself grow as an individual in music in order to accomplish playing certain abilities in music. You just don't, all right, I want to shred, I'm going to learn that in a month. You know, I'm going to hit it for 9 hours a day, every day, and be an awesome musician in a month. That's not how it works. I've been down that road. I used to practice 9 hours a day for 3 years, and I got really good. Didn't get me where I wanted to go, though. Okay? You have to do dedication day in and day out, you know, and don't forget, don't burn yourself out. You have to learn when to take breaks. Now, for all of this stuff, once again, you come to that fork in the road, like, what's your goal equals how much time you need to practice, okay? So, it's not an easy answer, but the best thing to start off with is have that personal ambition. Have a goal in mind of where you want to go. What do you want to do? Don't put a cap on it. You know, don't say, all right, in a year I want to be the best musician ever. That's just not possible. You know, you're not going to get there in that time. Bands, you know, whatever your favorite band is, they don't just tour for 1 year and then overnight they blow up. You know, or let's put it this way: they don't put a band together and become an overnight sensation. That's very rare that it happens. And when that happens, they have people giving them money to help push them forward to get where they want to go. They just don't get there like that. So for yourself, you need to make sure to ask yourself the question of, what is your outcome? How long are you giving yourself for your outcome? And once you get there, are you going to be satisfied? You know, are you going to want to go further? You know, so you got to make sure to put time in. And time is just one of those things you can't cheat. You got to put the effort in. So keep that in mind when you're picking your instrument and what you want to do with your instrument and how far you want to go with your instrument, because these things, they'll stick with you for life, man. As far as learning, I will never stop learning as a teacher or as a student on both ends, because it's hand in hand, experience and time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, you can always sign up with me on lessons to help figure out what your goals are, and we can get you where you want to go, and we can get there. But you know, like I said, it just depends. Everybody learns at different rates, different paces, and the idea is to keep pushing yourself and get where you want to go. Thank you for watching, and you can always subscribe to me on YouTube and my Facebook page for more videos. And I will see you on the next one.